We are live. Thank you for watching Pirates of Drinax and playing with us in Pirates of Drinax, episode 22. 22. So we're rocking right along. Lost and found. So yeah, that's what I'm titling this one because you found the fabled treasure of a Sindal. It is a giant space station in the middle of nowhere, and I mean nowhere. It's an uncharted space. Nobody even knows why the hell this is out there. Even it would make a very interesting shadow port, like Captain Hasha and a few others have thought. It's because it's way out of the way. Mm-hmm. But it's a giant space station with like a couple of hulks of like the same type of vessel of the Dragnar, the Harrier, which is we had thought was pretty much a one-of-a-kind vehicle. But no, there was apparently a fleet of these Harrier vehicles, and there's two of them here that are docked, as well as with 25 nuclear and 25 metagenic weapons, which is nuclear missiles, and metagenic missiles, which like one of them, based on the population, like one of them could devastate a planet. would make it glow in the dark for 1,000 years or destroy all life on a cellular level. Based on and you can pick which one. You can be real specific. We found it and just started getting like the power plant going and figuring out how to get supply power to the station. When all of a sudden the sensors on the Dragnar, I think the people of the Dragnar piped into you guys that 4 ships were coming in from jump space and just popped out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden your favorite girl, the psychic girl, she's like, "Hey, looks like you found the treasure. I think I'll," and that's where we left off.
Dun-dun-dun.
Dun-dun-dun. So that's where we're at. You guys are on a space station that's just barely getting, like the lights are just coming on. And this is happening. There's 4 ships inbound, 4 fairly serious ships too. I'll be honest with you. Each one of them is actually a match for the Dragnar. Mm-hmm. All 4 of them together, it's not good.
But you did say we had quite a bit of weaponry that we just found, right?
There are 25 nuclear and 25 metagenic weapons on the.
I think we just Captain, do we just want to put a drop switch on one of these and kill just hit it?
I was going to say we had like the radiation was flooded the space station that we're on. Right?
I don't care about rads.
I eat rads for breakfast. Literally.
So we know we have weapons on the ship that we're on. You said there's other vessels on this space
there
station?
There are 2 other vessels, but you haven't even had a look at them. You don't even know what's on them, or even if they're even intact. You've seen like the hulls, docked up to the station. They weren't powered up or anything. The rads were actually coming from the nuclear missiles just sitting there for 2,000 years. That's where the rads were coming from.
Slow leak.
Yeah, just 25 nuclear missiles all in the same area. Yeah, it's gonna happen. And it wasn't like a dangerous level, really. Like your suits could block it, but that kind of just gives you an inkling of of like the payload of these missiles. Like just standing next to them is like around 60 to 70 rads.
Okay.
Planet Buster type stuff. Big.
Oh, absolutely! Like any one of these missiles could lay waste to a planet.
Yeah.
And did we know if the actual space station itself had weapons, like other than the nuclear weapons?
You don't know. You didn't see any like armaments on the station. You don't know if there's any pop out ones or anything like that. Again, like you're just getting the lights on. Rick just supplied the power from the engines to the power plant and turned the lights on.
I found the button that transforms us into Voltron. We're fine.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Sweet. First aid.
5 warriors fighting as one. There we go.
It's
Nice.
on the
I
left
get the
leg.
left big toe. No.
Nice. But yeah, they're all there's 4 ships inbound. The only one that like the Dragnar could probably take is like a fast trader. There's like the 3 others are like twice your size, and they're heavily armed.
Mhm.
And they're carrying the colors of Peter Valis's pirate group, like a orangish red kind of color.
Okay.
Hey, Teledrift. So you think you'd be able to, I don't know, take over the pilot of one of those larger vessels and steer it
I
another
could certainly
direction?
try.
Or turn its weapons on the others. I
Yeah.
mean,
That would be more feasible.
That could be an option. I mean, they're powered up, and they're probably like another. I'm spitballing. I'm not looking at my actual distances in the book like I should. I want to say they're at least another half hours of flight from reaching the station. They're easy comm range, and they can and they've actually like as you keep looking and watching at them, like you're trying to get the sensors and stuff up on the station, But the people from the Dragnar are like they've already launched missiles. There's like 6 missiles incoming.
What are our options, Rick?
Well, I was like I said earlier. 10 minutes ago, I started the power plant overloading. So you might want to let them know that this station will be blowing up pretty soon when I push the final button. So they need to leave.
So you're rigging it to blow? I mean, that's a cool ass.
No,
blow.
that is an option. Actually, I was joking about. Actually, I'm all ready to do it. It'll just take a few more steps.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard. Yeah.
We can blow this entire station up.
That's a cool
can
ass
we
blow.
get like a missile defense of some? Do we have defenses on this thing?
You don't know. You don't think so? Yeah. You haven't read anything like point defense weapon system or anything like that, or turret control or anything
Am
like
I
that.
seeing anything down in engineering for that showing power is running to different things?
Give me an engineering roll. Yeah. See if you find that console.
11.
11. Yeah, there are 10 turrets surrounding the station. There's no power to them now, but yeah, you can goose power towards them, but you'll basically be blind firing. I mean, you'll use the robots basically to fire the thing.
Okay. Well, we have besides us 6 here, we have several other people who have sensors and comms.
Yeah.
I assume the captain's been having them going out and getting everything set up. So, I mean, it doesn't take everybody to get the power going.
No. But the trick is, like, if somebody's going to shoot a gun, you would definitely need the gunner skill, not guns. You would need the gunner skill.
Captain,
Which maybe one or two of you have. Yeah.
Are there escape pods on here or anything like personal escape pods?
Yeah, there's escape pods.
Captain, what if we drop one of the nukes in there and somehow rig it so that it sounds like one of us, maybe with the doctor giving off like biosigns inside the escape pod, jettison a nuke out, and if they stop, we'll call them a traitor. Get back here. We'll send some shots out at it. I've got the key to the plant. I know the code to deactivate the station. In the meantime, the nuke is heading for the nuke is in the pod, heading towards them, and when they pick it up, we hit it like this.
So I really like Argus Tate. Like, he's great.
I do like this, and I just want to know if we can get it far enough, this device far enough away that it won't hurt us.
Oh, that's part of the plan? All right, that's out of my purview. I don't know.
Yeah. He's a big idea guy. He's a big idea guy. Here, that's the details.
Yeah, you get the details.
Part of the plan. Yes. Yeah.
Listen, we can figure that out when it happens. If the blowback comes, we.
This may be a stupid question, but is there a way to deactivate the nuke without them realizing it? Like, we mask and make it look like that it's still active, and we launch it at them.
Yeah, they're in launchers. Like, you can launch them now. Like, they can go. Well, all he's got to do is supply power to the launcher, and it can go. And then you can turn it on, turn it off at will.
So,
I mean,
the only thing is if they dodge or suppress it. I was thinking with the pod, may want to pick the guy up. But
You're
I
not
don't know.
going to
You're
fit this. You're not going to fit this in a pod. This is a missile, like a
ICBM?
nuclear missile.
like
Yeah,
an ICBM. But the
bigger.
warhead would fit, right?
Yeah, the warhead would fit, but you don't have time to take that off.
I
Come
say
on, Rick.
launch. I say launch like 8 missiles and see how many they can take down.
I
Wait,
mean,
Do you want these
waste
people?
8?
Hey, Captain, do you want these people coming back?
No.
I mean, you got 13 more, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to waste any. So, like, there's what, 4 ships?
I rolled a
Conserve your
10 to power up the missiles, so we can launch them ready.
Yeah, you supply power to the missiles. How many you want to launch? Yeah, I mean, 5.
I'm not launching the
5?
mutagenics. I don't think mutagenics are doing anything against a ship, right?
5, yeah.
Okay,
No,
unless
no,
I
it
don't know
won't.
something about Traveler.
No, it won't. No, it's not. It would do more damage just punching through the ship.
Yeah.
You know, you got to key it to the specific DNA of a race.
So, why don't we do that
Wait.
while Teledrift is trying to take control of one of the other pilots?
Hey, let me know when you want to launch.
Launch, not lunch, launch. But yeah, so that definitely worked. This was definitely like my prime avenue. I figured that you guys could do, and this is the most feasible option.
Well, you never give somebody a weapon if you don't intend them to use it.
Exactly, it's Chekhov's gun, right? It's Chekhov's gun. It's a big ass Chekhov's gun.
I still want to take control of their ship, though.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
Oh no! When these things go, these ships are going to be glowing in the dark for the next 1,000 years.
No, I mean, I still want Teledrift to take control of their pilot.
Oh, okay.
So they don't have an opportunity to steer away.
Right.
Teledrift, give me an intellect roll.
sure.
To me,
Teledrift.
Teldrift. He's doing the psychic thing, or
Yeah.
thinking about doing the psychic thing. Whether it's a good
Kind of give them an idea of
Can
that.
you actually roll the dice telepathically?
Okay.
12.
And use your sonics. Give me your sonics bonus, your skill level on sonics as well.
Oh, fantastic. Let's bump that up.
Like in telepathy, whatever you got in telepathy, like this, like 1 or 2 or whatever. And then your intellect bonus. Yeah.
And in case anybody ever
I
leaves
rolled a
comments on this.
13.
13. Now, you could take control of like one of the ships. That's actually not that hard for you to do. All you gotta do is concentrate on them, make the roll, and you got it. This could be harder, a lot harder, but you could try to enter the mind of each of the sensor operators. There are four on each ship. There's one on each ship, and try to get them to ignore the missile coming to them on the scanner. That is an option. You could mask them and go, that's nothing. Don't look at it.
You know what? I love that idea. I really want to do that now.
But yeah, you're gonna need help.
But
You'll have to use her.
Do I know if in taking control and having them ignore once they're hit, if that does anything to my mind being in their body?
No, because basically all you gotta do is pull out last second and say, sorry, second, whoop, and then they take it out. But yeah, basically it's kind of like throwing out suggestion, like magic user suggestion. You don't look at that. What? Don't look at that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not forcing them to do something. You're more like telling them not to pay attention to something.
Yeah, like look over there.
Yeah, it's harder because there are 4.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not as difficult as it normally would be to like make someone do something,
Well, if we pick the right 2 ships, won't the fall, the blast and everything else affect the other? Are they close enough where?
Oh yeah, honestly,
2 explosion
You could
ships.
daisy chain them.
Honestly,
So all you got to do is really get 1 or 2 of the guys, and the rest.
Yeah. Well, the trick is you would want to kind of fake them all out so they won't shoot him down before they get to him. There's a chance they could shoot him down.
Even if the other ship, sure, makes sense.
Still like a half hour away.
Let me ask you this: is there time enough? Like we've got, is there time enough while he does this to try to get some of the shields up so that we are shielded just a little bit from the blast?
He can do that. Rick can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Rick's job. or even somebody else with like computers or something like that. Or
Well, I was going to say, as many people as we, if it'll cut the time, as
I
many
rolled a
people as we-
13 to get shields up.
all right, so yeah, it's slowly coming up. There's in Traveler, there's no shields. You're just activating the hull. You're energizing the hull. There's no shields. Nice
Watching
trying to
too
throw a
many
Star
space
Trek in.
operas.
Yeah, nice trying to throw a Star Trek in there. But yeah, you're basically the hull's getting denser. But yeah, this would work, Pedro. Telegraph. The
Okay.
trick is again that number is high because it's more people, and you're
Right.
gonna need a little more psychic power than you got.
I'll turn to Captain Kashna. I'm like, I need your help with this.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a little more than I've ever tried before in the past, and
I mean, can I assist? I don't have the same kind of psionics he does.
No,
but-
you're basically allowing him to tap your side to
You're a
use it
battery.
as the pull. Yeah. As
Yeah.
a pull.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Exactly.
Will foil help? Do you need foil?
Do you need foil?
no, but give me one of your Twinkies.
So
I'm gonna need a lot of energy for this.
I don't want to die, so in this case, I actually will hand you some snacks. Stock
Put
up
a
on as many carbs as your brain needs, and Ashna's brain needs. Do you want a Twinkie, Ashna?
Yes.
This is
I prefer ding dongs, but I'll take a Twinkie if you
Hey,
got
now.
it.
And I'll turn to Argus. I'm like, sorry, no lettuce on board.
I'm just opening up bags of pirate booty because they're foil on the inside, and I'm trying to get it over his head.
He's trying to.
Oh, you're blocking the signals. I need the signals.
Oh, all right. I put it on my head.
There you go. You're actually putting on. It'll help with the rads. Just
All the way
cover
down.
yourself.
All the way down. Just sit there.
It'll help with the rads. He's trying to fold them into like some sort of like jock strap. There you go.
Hey, Matt, and just make sure no one leaves comments about us messing up. We actually turned off the device that was dampening his abilities. So he's good to go.
Yeah, there you
Just
go.
in case all the comments we get, I don't want to make sure that.
The errata, the massive errata that I get.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
when this gets sold and it becomes a summer blockbuster, I mean, I want to make sure that the right people play our parts.
Hey, somebody, you never know. It could happen. But somebody thought the Batman was a good idea. But anyway, we're gone.
Someone's got opinions.
no, it was good. It was fine. It was fine. I liked it. I did.
We're not going to go down this rabbit hole right now.
We don't have the time. We don't have time for that. So yeah, you can. This can be done. This is definitely an avenue of escape. I think was like the most likely to succeed, honestly, because like trying to do slug it out with your one ship against those four, or even the station. No.
Or we could have Ashna do a one-on-one duel with their captain.
Challenging and doing an honor challenge could work too, but I think
I
Kasha's
like.
had enough of her.
Let's
ass.
do what
You
we're
got
doing.
it.
I'm just saying that's plan C.
I was going to say, because your enemy has to have honor for that to work. And
Mm.
it's.
She's already called you out a couple times. Yeah, we're past that. We're way past that.
We done
Okay.
past that.
Fair enough. All right, so let's do this thing. So you've already supplied powers to the
Are we doing
launchers. The launchers. So you're ready. You're getting ready to go. They're going to be ready to launch in like 10 minutes. So it's going to be like a 20-minute window. Meanwhile, you're preparing with Betty. Like you got her sitting in a chair and you're doing like the Professor X thing. Got a hold of her head. And this isn't weird at all because this isn't like this has been happening like every other night for like the past 25 years or so. But but it's all right.
Dreaming of unicorns.
Exactly. This isn't weird at all. So it is kind of a big step for her to let you back in her head, Absolutely. So You can get this done. Give me a psi roll. Give me your psi bonus and your telepathy skill level, and roll 2d6.
And telepathy level?
Yeah, you have how many levels you have in telepathy or
Ooh, I am maxed.
what you got? Like 4, 5?
5.
5. Yeah, it is the max. 5 is the max. So you got 5 in telepathy, and then how many? What's your psi bonus, if any? What's your psi?
I don't have it in front of me.
I know it was like 10 or 12 or something like that. It was
Yeah,
fairly
it was
formidable.
something ridiculous, like
I was gonna say mine's
or
11.
13.
Yeah, if it's 13, I think that's a +2. Pretty sure it's a +2.
Yeah, because an 11 is a +1.
Yeah, that sounds like a +2. So yeah, so you're rolling. You got 7 before you even roll the dice, which is great because it's going to be a high-ass target number.
Fantastic. Oh, okay. So 7.
Yeah, 7
Apply
plus
that.
2d6.
Thank you, Google. And holy shit. Okay. I'm going to just take a picture of this and send it to the group chat because I am blown away.
On the Facebook chat? Nice.
Yeah.
It's double ones. Holy crap.
Don't be double ones. That's my thing.
Nice. I'll take it. That's the
All
same
right.
one. That's the same dice roller I use. I love doing it because I didn't. I love that dice roller, the Google dice roller. It works for me too, man. Yeah,
It works when I don't have my dice on hand.
exactly, and it works so well. I was playing a Call of Cthulhu game or something like that, rolling the percentiles on it, and I was like, I never rolled over like a 30 the entire game. I was like, hell yeah! I've still got the window open. I'm like, I'm not closing that window. not closing it. But so yes, oh my god. So yeah, with that 18, yeah, plus 7, 18, nice. So yeah, my target number was 12. So excellent. So you beat that with a 6 effect. Excellent. So that in itself is nice. All right, so this is going to take like 14 psi points. So you have to determine who is getting what cut. Betty says she has what, 13 psi, 11 psi?
11.
She has 11 psi. Now you can take all of hers and allow you to still have some left at not too much of a disadvantage, so you can do other stuff, or you can split it however you want to do it.
I'll split it more towards my favor. It's
That makes
still
sense.
some trust for letting me use her.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
the thing is, like, hers is all physical. She can't do anything with hers until they get here. You know, if you're going to use it, use it. You know,
Let's do like a 6-4 split.
6-4 split. Okay. All right. So yeah. So it's more like 8 hers, 6 you kind of deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right. So yeah. So 8. So take away 8 from your side, Betty, and it's going to be 40. 6 to you. So that takes your side down. If it was a 13, it's down to a 9
7.
now. Yeah, 7 now. Sorry, 13.
Yep.
Yeah, do math, man. So yeah, you're down to 7 now. So you're at like a 0 bonus level on using side. You can still use it. You still can use it, but you're at no bonus level to it if something else happens.
Right.
But yeah, you do have slight contact with each 4 of these mines, and it's very chaotic because they're all looking at screens and people are shouting at them, arm another salvo, prepare the lasers, and they're all fire up, charge up the particle barbette weapons and like a whole lot of chaos is going on.
And meanwhile, in their mind, they're hearing the Menomina song from the Muppets.
So yeah, like their captains are like, sensor operator, what do you read? Menomina. What? He's like, Menomina. Nice. That is awesome. They're hearing Menomina songs. Exactly. So you're just looking at the little scope and like the red thingy's coming toward the green thingy, and they're just uh,
You're just picturing that one scene.
so let's fire the weapon. Who's fire? Who has gunnery skill? Now I know James does, and I can roll for James.
When you say
Uh,
you fire
gunner.
missiles, you mean?
Yeah, fire the missile. It does take a gunner skill.
I have a 1.
You have a 1 in gunner. If you want to run it, roll it. I think James has a 2, but I'll defer to the player.
Oh no, you can roll it. You want me to roll
I
it?
have
Really?
I have a 0 in it, but I can give support.
Okay. I'll roll it.
Yeah, add your dex or intellect bonus, your choice.
Okay.
Is it still a 1?
Yeah. That's a 2 actually. If you allow Dex, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so that's an 11 total.
11. So the full spread of 5 shootout.
Is that how many you wanted, Captain? 5?
No, I
Oops.
thought we were sticking with 4. There are only
Four's
four
fine.
ships.
Four's fine.
I look back panicking.
Well,
Wait,
no,
stop.
what I'm saying is, did our GM just made a mistake and say 5 ships are out there?
No, there are
Like
4.
one of them's cloaked or something. We don't see
No,
it.
there's 4 ships. I thought I heard we're launching 5, but we're
No, I
launching
said
4.
8
No.
originally. I said
No.
8.
Eight sounded right.
No, we are not wasting shit. 4.
Yeah.
4 ships,
I mean-
4 missiles.
Honestly, 1 will do, but 4's
Yeah.
like 4 will make sure the job gets done.
I mean, there's nothing else around here we're going to hurt that we know. of,
There's
so.
nothing. There's
You think of it
nothing
this way:
else.
that's 4 less planets that will be destroyed now.
Right.
Exactly. So basically, Di's like got you on the view screen. She's like, waiting for you to surrender, Captain. I've got 6 missiles inbound.
I'm sorry. Did you say something? Like I'm hearing. Wait. Are we cutting out, guys? Are we
She's
cutting
like-
out?
She's
We're
like,
cutting out, Captain.
I mean, I hate to wreck the station, but it won't wreck it enough that I won't have the missiles and I mean the things that I want. You know,
Mhm.
I'm sure it'll.
Are
So-
those missiles operational? Gosh, it would be a shame if we figured that out.
No, I mean she's firing 6 missiles. Yeah, she's already fired 6 missiles, like 3 from each ship, 3 from the 2 ships that can fire missiles. Yeah,
So we
and
still need to deal with those.
they're inbound.
Okay,
Yeah, they are
Is the
inbound.
Dragnar hooked up to the
Yeah.
station, or is it?
Yeah, still hooked up to the station. It's hooked up. They basically dock ass in.
Okay.
They go
Can
ass
someone in the Dragnar with gunnery skills
James
shoot
is.
defensive weapons to stop those missiles?
in. James will be climbing down. I got that, Captain, and he'll run on down, and he'll get in the gunnery turret. By the time he gets down there, he'll have like maybe 5 minutes to take down these 6
For
missiles.
James, that's enough time. Yeah.
That's plenty enough time. Yeah, but he's telling Fat Florian and Cat Killer to power up the weapons and blah 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 blah, and get that all ready. So they're doing that. Like they're turning everything on while all that's being happening. The crew that's still on the Dragnar. So yeah, he's basically going to jump in the seat and go, kind of deal like that, or like Jason from Battle of Planets just. that was the shit right there, brother. Like you knew it was on. Like the glass cover came off and the little red button, ding, 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 and like robots blew up everywhere. Big giant space robots. Nice. So yeah, he runs down to go get that done, and Di's like looking at you on the screen. She goes, "What's going on?"
Well, see, that's what I was trying to figure out is, like, are you lazy enough that you're just, what was the whole point in telling me about the whole conspiracy thing with, reprogramming my brain? Are you just a chaos agent?
Well, why don't
I've
you?
been stirring shit, Captain.
You can say what you want, but I'm the one that told you the truth.
You are, but you're also the one that's firing 6 missiles at me. So
Yeah.
again,
You walked that whole advantage out. Yeah.
we're back to ground zero.
Back to
So-
ground zero. Exactly. Teledrift, make me a telepathy roll. You don't have any bonus from your size, so it's just the +2 from your telepathy.
Alrighty. And I have rolled 14.
14. Holy crap!
Double
So
six.
you're. And let me roll mine to see how it goes on this end. Yeah. So you're feeling like a probing, like you're feeling like Di, like she's putting her mind out there, going like, what's going on, and you can feel it. Like she is since you're currently linked with Betty, with Hashna, you're feeling like her trying to get into Hashna's head.
Could I also shield her mind?
That would be extremely hard because you're currently keeping minds of 4 people. You've already spent. You have 7 points left. You could do well. Wait a minute.
I could ask Captain Hashina. I'm like, she's trying to peer into your mind. Do you have any way to throw up some mind defense?
I don't think she has any telepathy.
I don't have any telepathy at all.
Are we able to hear that on the bridge?
But
No.
I mean,
Probably on your internal comms. Yeah, on your internal comms. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, all I can do is fucking
I run up towards the captain and I take a skull out of my bag that I keep. It's my mom's, and I start going. We should talk this through. We're all people here, and I'm just trying to distract this bitch. I'm like, my son's a good boy. The crew here, we all want to help. Whatever it takes to make her not probe the captain.
Make me a
distract roll.
Maybe it's totally a distract roll, but it's like, I guess persuade.
I have a broker. Do I have persuade? I don't know. Let me see.
You have advocate.
I have a 1 in persuade.
Use that. Yeah, use that in your whatever social bonus you have.
Well, again,
or intellect.
Total would be a 9.
Total would be a 9. That might probably be enough. She's like, what the hell is that?
It's my mom.
And you feel it like break off contact momentarily. Stuff like it.
Whatever you're gonna do, do it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So the missiles are inbound and going. Who's pressing the switch to blow the missiles? Who's doing
I'm
that?
assuming it might be Rick.
Rick.
I was figuring Rick or Chris or even Ev, but yeah.
I can.
After ensuring that all
it's a computer's role, basically, is what it is.
I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, he is really good at computers. So okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Got it.
David's like, I will nuke this small little pirate fleet. I have no problem doing that. Get my peg leg.
Well, they are
Kind
breaking
of
the
a problem
law.
with it, but it's cool. Oh wow, 13.
13. So yeah, you sending out the signal, getting ready to get to go. Oh my god. So, and we'll see how James can do.
Yeah,
James,
if the missiles hit us, that laughter's going to get stopped real short.
Exactly. James shoots down 3 of the 6 missiles.
Ooh.
And he's like, "I'm sorry, brace for impact. 3 are coming." And it's like it's going to be like in a minute. But yeah, this is kind of happening at the same moment you're exchanging fire. Like the nuclear missile is blowing up in the middle of like that group. Of course, they're a nice tight group. They didn't spread out or anything because they're dumbass pirates, so they know about tactics. But yeah, so yeah, boom, big, huge, because there's sound effects in space. So boom, and mushroom cloud in space. I don't know where the atmosphere is for the shockwave neither, but there's shockwave, and all that stuff. And the ships are getting buffeted and cast aside. Pieces of hull are flying. I assume you let go of the sensor operators like seconds before, like when he pressed the button. Teledrift, you let go of the mind of the 4 sensor pilots, sensor operators. So yeah, he's like brace for impact. So everybody make a dex roll as these 3 missiles are incoming.
Dex roll, fantastic.
Got lucky on that one.
I rolled a 7.
Roll a 7. Nice.
10.
12.
9.
10.
Nice. What'd you roll, Raz?
10.
10. Ev, what you got? Ev?
Oh, sorry. I'm having.
You spaced out. I did it last night. That's fine. Totally fine.
No, it's fine. I need more coffee.
It is early for you. It's 3 hours earlier
I
for
rolled
you.
6 and a 4, so that is
10 plus your dex bonus.
10. Plus my
That's
dex bonus is going to be a
fine.
1, so that's 11.
So I think the lowest I heard was 7 Teledrift.
Mhm.
That makes sense because you're kind of behind Betty, doing the whole Professor X kind of thing. You get shaken around. You're not like sitting in a chair or
Everybody else is strapped in their chairs.
yeah, everybody else is strapped in chairs. So yeah, for your valiant efforts, you get shook about in the bridge area of the station for about, and you take like 3 points damage, just getting beat up basically. Beat about the station. But yeah, there are 3 explosions going on throughout the station.
Why did I not wear a seatbelt?
Well, you couldn't then sit behind her and do the whole Professor X thing.
I'm trying to determine damage to the station.
So 2 of the missiles hit the station, and 1 of the missiles hit the Dragnar.
Okay.
So 2 of the missiles hit the station, and they hit like certain areas of that were largely empty areas anyway, like the other empty cargo bays that you were going through before. 2 of them hit that side, and then 1 of them hit the Dragnar. It hit the Dragnar for a fairly significant amount of damage too. Let me see. Let's see. Holy crap. It's 22 points of damage, and the hull is 82. Yeah, 82. So yeah, a large chunk of the Dragnar is like gone. Like the whole gaping like side of it is like the hull is like gone. Yeah, like 22 out of 82. Yeah, not
Hey
great.
guys, we're gonna have to scavenge some parts that we just blew up.
Yeah.
So we can just move everything over to the other ship. There's 2 other ones. We got backups.
There are 2 other ones. I need somebody else to roll for the survival on these people on the ship than me, because if James dies, I don't want it to be me.
I'll do it.
You do it, Phil?
Yeah.
So
Tell me my bonus and
make
what I'm
me
rolling.
a dex roll. Let me find him. Make me a dex roll. I'm going to guess. I don't have his character sheet. He should have given me his character sheet. I'm going to guess I'm going to give him like a +3. That's generous. That's generous.
That's fair.
Thinking he has athletics and because he's a physical guy. I'm figuring he has athletics and a decent dex. Let's give him +3. 2d6
Okay.
+3.
All right. So I rolled an 11.
11 is good. So he's in the seat. He's good. He was shooting the lasers from the top turret. Yeah, he would have hit from the top turret. He would actually be fine. He would be good. So yeah, he's alive. Perfect. He is alive.
You're welcome, James.
Excellent. Yes, he does survive to tell another tale. Unfortunately, Fat Florian and Pink the Stench were not so lucky.
Oh, not the stench!
And you see their bodies floating out into the vacuum of space.
Oh.
There goes a little Christmas tree.
Well, wouldn't they still be in, if everyone was in suits because of the rads? Wouldn't they be in their suits?
They would be in suits, yeah, but their seats are ripped and destroyed.
So
like
too much
the hull.
damage. Okay.
Yeah. It's not as tough as the hull of a ship. Yeah. So yeah, they're floating around. I can make it just like a little gross, like Pat Florian kind of squeeze through the hole, and then he comes back out, shoots out outside of it. Kind of like a marshmallow getting shoved through a smaller opening.
Potato gun.
I'm surprised
bringing up
Florian
sensors.
didn't clog up the hole in the ship.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm bringing sensors to see if there's any escape pods or survivors out there amongst the wreckage of the ships. Any life signs, things like that.
Oh, actually, you need to turn the attitude of the station to shield away the places, the cargo bays that got blown, because if it's going to be facing that part where the where the missiles got blown, you guys are going to be hitting some hard rads because that part of the hull in the station is gone.
That engineering, it would be
That would be an engineering, yeah,
That's
basically, yeah. So he's kept the ship, the station, from like spinning and doing its own gravity to like now spinning the other way and now becoming stationary. So there's no gravity. Everybody's starting to float off. Turn on your gravity boots and stuff like that.
yeah. And then roll the 14 to turn off the overload that
Nice.
is the power plant.
Nice. Turn off the key. Nice.
Yep.
Excellent. So, that all happened fairly relatively easily. So we have lost Fat Florian and Pete Stench. Poor old cat killer. Like, I'm sorry, boss. They're gone. They're gone, boss.
It's okay, Steve.
He gets a little choked up. He's like, I like that big fellow. He was really nice.
No one gets to take shots at Pete the Stench but us. These fuckers are going down.
He's like Pete Stench. I didn't care too much for him, honestly, but I like that boy.
Captain Sam, do you think this was all too easy?
Yes, it was too easy.
It was too easy.
It was way too easy.
It was
However,
the easiest avenue of escape I could give you.
But Captain, I do have a suggestion where you could drop one or two of these missiles on a particular planet if you really want to get revenge.
No, not yet.
Thief?
Not quite yet. I think I want something more personal for.
I mean, there would be a lot of innocent people getting taken out.
I want to I want to take out Peter Bayless.
I'm down.
Personally. But
I'll help.
Nice.
I'm done.
So yeah, those ships are like vaporized. Those 4 ships are gone. There's nothing out there but hard radiation. 4, like I said, 1 would have done it. 4, you just basically like ignited like 4 little Chernobyls out there in the void of space.
Well, I mean, missiles have been sitting around for 2,000 years, you said. I want to make sure they didn't just hit the ship and bounce off of it.
Oh yeah. Well, now we know. Now we know. Now we know, because that whole area is like you've almost made a sun. Great.
I just think of it as like a deterrent. Like people are gonna detect that radiation and turn around and go the other way.
I mean, the thing is, like, you're out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing out here. It's deep space. Somebody would have to be pointing in this area to see the plume and go, "What the hell is that?" I mean, chances are somebody saw it, but whether they do anything in time about it. So yeah, let's those guys are gone. Dye is gone. You don't know if Peter was on the ship or not. You have no idea. You doubt it, or he'd have been talking to you. But yeah, those 4 are definitely gone. The ship, the Dragnar, is like a quarter of its hull is gone. So it's in bad shape. You can use the hulls of the other 2, and honestly, that's actually really great, because as you investigate the other 2 Harriers, that's pretty much all that's in them. They've been stripped. That's all they really are, is like intact hulls and space frames. So you're like, perfect. So you basically can spend like the next, and I'd say it's going to take like a good week, of like patch welding, pieces of hull on there to make it work. You guys aren't shipwrights, you don't. This isn't like a space dock. So you're Rick's working overtime with like the few of you guys like, well, put the spot weld there, that kind of deal. So it's taking its time. It would take you a better part of a week to get to Dragnar like flyable again, and that's with like a hull of like 70. It's still not back up to its full hull. It's just not, doesn't have the full integrity. But yeah, there's no leaks. You think?
We think we'll find out. I mean,
We'll find out at a dramatically appropriate moment. Yeah.
So I'm not, I mean, I can do computer, but I'm not that great at electronic stuff. So I also want to salvage the wreckage of the ships that we blew apart.
Yeah, I mean, and like I was saying, that's basically all that's left is like the hull and like the frames of the ship. I mean, everything's gone. The engines are gone. The jump drives are gone.
It should be
The
easy to
computers-
find too, considering how radioactive they're going to be.
Yeah, they're stripped. I mean, they're stripped. Yeah, and you're going to have to turn, those sides away from. You basically have to take off like one, because like where the other one's pointing is like pointing towards the radiation, and you can't turn the station around without activating that side of the station.
Can we
towards
move the station further away?
Nope, there's no maneuver. There's no maneuver drives, no nothing. If you stood outside and blew really hard,
What about the Dragmar pushing it?
So real quick, because I think I'm confused. Are we salvaging material from the ships that we blew up, or are we salvaging material from
those ships are gone. Those 4 are vaporized.
Right. Well, right. But is there anything left? Not as in a ship in itself, but I'm talking about shit floating around, like not usable, but
it's like they never existed.
If you shot one out there, maybe there have been some, but you shot 4. Yeah. No, they're vaporized.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're ash, space dust. Yes, yeah, ashes. Yeah, you definitely have to use the Dragnar, the other 2 remaining Harrier ships to. You're basically pulling the skin off them, which is great because they're already made to fit. And you basically, taking the rivets out of one, moving it over, pop riveting in the other place. You're like, it's gonna work. But yeah, it's shaky. It's shaky at best. It's going to keep air from leaking out, but is it truly space worthy? We'll find out.
Space worthy as we can make it.
Yeah.
Well,
Captain,
I mean, I think unless you guys are in a hurry, I mean, I don't think we're going to go anywhere for a little bit because we got to get
at least a week fixing it. Yeah, fixing it.
Well, I'm not talking about just the Dragnar. I mean, we got to get this place. We got to try to get this place secure.
That's the other thing. What are you going to do about the base? I mean, the people who came out the only other people who came out and know about it are not here anymore.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
We have no idea who she told.
Oh, if she told before she jumped? Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, this Peter guy, right? We have to worry about him knowing.
Peter Bayless, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Next time we only send 1 missile.
I've never used this console before. This is a Machida 5500. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's like a TRS-80. It is.
It's still a different language. I just dialed and I really
You have to turn the floppy and put it back in. You're like, wow.
I'm sorry.
blow on it first. Blow on it.
Captain,
It's okay.
I realize I'm new to the crew, but I don't think that's acceptable. Can we talk to HR?
I don't think you're allowed to talk
Oh,
about
can I be HR?
Sure.
Can I be HR?
No, I don't.
that.
We don't care about your feelings. That's the HR response. There you go.
Screw your feeling. That sounds about right.
Is it bleeding? Is it detached? What's the point? Laugh at it. We're not going to do anything. But we just want to know for like our own, entertainment purposes.
Pirate crew HR. So yeah, it's going to be at least a week repairing the Dragnar to make it space worthy again, and that's like winking at it, going, "That's the best we can do." Yeah, there's a station out here. What it can't move, it can't jump. It's out here. It's like a parsec away from number 1. Was it number 1? No, Ace. It's like a parsec away from Ace in the middle of nowhere. There's no reason anyone would ever jump out here unless they knew this was out here.
Right.
So, Captain Nassim, may I recommend while we're repairing the ship, other crew members scour the entire ship for any information they can find, and also get a listing of what's here besides the missiles. Because there may be documentation here for why someone put it here. I mean, for all we know, this is supposed to be a secret pirate base, which would be a good one.
It would be a really good, really cool show.
Or it could also be some Black Ops military thing of the Sword Wolves or who knows who.
Well, remember this was the Grand Admiral of like the Sindalian Empire. Basically, had taken the treasure of Sindal, what he had called the treasure of Sindal, and took it away. And you're assuming, yeah, if you go through like logs and stuff like that, Admiral Ganny Perez of the Star Guard, he this is it. This is the treasure of Sindal, and he had set this up to be like a quiet station that he could launch attacks from against the rebels. He could like come here, pick up the missiles as he needed them, and jump back into normal routes of space. So it's basically what it is. It's a shuttle-port. It's a giant U-Haul in space that no one knows about. A giant storage shelter for nuclear missiles and metagenic weapons that no one knows about. Yeah, you store it. A giant you store it.
Pod.
Yeah, giant pod.
27 hours storage.
Exactly. So that going through logs and stuff like that, and that's basically what it is. And like there was an actual port where like the Dragnar is now, a third bay where like another Harrier was, and they were like, we're going out to engage the rebels and blah 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 blah, and that was like the last report. We're like, you assume he must have passed 2,000 years ago in some battle, against the rebels, and this was just been forgotten. An entire space station.
Actually, considering how long the history of the Empire is, I'm sure there's more than just one out there. Lots of forgotten things.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about the Sindalian Empire. This isn't like the Imperium. This is like, several steps down the chain. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Was anything else found in the storage areas? Anything of value as we did over the week we were searching?
I mean, honestly, what do you want me to say? It's all the stuff that you would find on the space station.
True, but if there was something unusual there, like additional type of weaponry, scientific equipment, that's not normal.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's your standard scientific equipment and stuff like that,
fine.
med bays, and but nothing out of hand other than the
That's fine.
the 25.
I'm just wanting to make sure we searched everything in case there's a hidden chamber.
So what I want to
like a white globe? No, nothing like that.
So what I want to find out is, can I spend some time like on the computers or whatever and see what kind of security this place had before it was shut down?
Yeah, and that's basically what you can do. Like you and I think Davian could double team on that.
Yep.
And basically like decrypt the computers. He's good at computers as well. So you both can spend your time like doing that. And that's how you get the information, like I said, about the ship. I mean, really don't need to make a roll. You're going to be like a week here anyway. You're just spending time. Is the code word John Big Booty? No. Is code word John Big Booty? Yes. Okay. And eventually you get in. But yeah. I mean, it was the Admiral's, hidden ways place that he could launch attacks from, that nobody had a clue where it was, except for him and his fleet, who all died, 2,000 years ago.
Captain, don't you have other ships? Yes, you said, or am I remembering that correctly?
We do have. Hold on, let me count up. So I know we definitely have 3 that we own. We employ.
And we brought in the salvage fleet.
The Proactive Recycling Group.
Yeah.
So are they, can our communications at some point reach them? And B, is it something you want others to know about? Maybe this becomes, your base of operations where we could get them, these air docks locked up and ready so that once we get the hulks, we've salvaged the hulks for your main ship, we can let those go away and open the ports up to other trade or get your people here and then build your empire. I already have a flag designed.
That's a flag.
Really?
I think we should have a contest. For
Please tell me
Tiny
there's not a
little-
piece of cabbage or lettuce associated with it.
It's my mother's skull, you insensitive jerk. The
Wow.
lettuce is gone. Why do you bring it up all the time? I leave. I go out of the room. I'm kidding.
He's
Oh,
very
and Cap-
touchy about that lettuce.
And Captain Asim, I think we should have a ceremony for our memorial for our 2 fallen comrades.
Yeah, we will.
We should have a funeral. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, a
Variety show.
memorial. We don't really have the bodies, so we can't do a funeral.
Well,
I'm gonna-
hey, let me ask. So Matt, can we get a replacement chair for Pete's chair? We should probably retire that. That smell kind of
Yeah.
saturated the leather. Like it can be in symbolic burning.
I'm going to assume that there's at least a chair still left on one of the other Dragnart, the other areas that you can use.
Oh yeah, that chair's retired. It should be airlocked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that chair's bedazzled.
Yeah. I'm going to assume that at least that can be done.
Yeah.
That's fair.
We'll have a symbolic burning of it.
No, I do not want that scent becoming aerosolized on board way to perform or imply that smoke might carry stench, literally, to other parts of the ship. Let's just airlock it. Just
we could just airlock it.
Just like Fat Pete was.
Nice.
Oh, that's not what I meant. There it is.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Man, that's harsh.
For 2.
Yeah. Okay.
No love. No love. No love for Pete Stench.
Mm-mm. Well, I mean, he was our sensors guy.
He was your sensors guy. I think
He's
you got
our
like
sensors guy.
I think you got like one other sensors person. I think James can do it in a pinch. So yeah, you kind of.
I could do sensors.
That's right. You're our backup sensors guy. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank goodness someone is, because it's not me.
It's not you. You're not the one.
Mm-mm.
You're not the one. Okay, so what I want to do. I hate that was so nonchalant, just like exploding it, but it was like the easiest option. Just like sorry, psychos. So you might have to blow up the screen using the bottom right little button there. But if you see like this the star map I put up here, if you see Ace down like kind of towards the bottom, halfway down the bottom, that's the planet you guys jumped from. The hex above it, I kind of drew in a red X. You can barely see it though. That's the sector the station's in.
Okay.
And
So we're just 1 hex away from Ace. That's it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but again, there's nothing out here. There's no reason anyone would ever come out here except for like a miss jump or something like that. Nobody's going to jump into empty space and then, jump back out again. It's too risky, way too risky. You have
What if
no
we
idea.
become a gas station or a
You
station?
could become a giant gas station, and that's really kind of what this was, other than like the weapons depot.
Right.
It was because there is like 12 giant hydrogen tanks that are also on the station that they send ships in to replenish it, but it's also a good refueling spot as well. It is it's giant truck tops with space with
So we got the long range sensors going on this,
how long?
the most powerful ones we have.
Yeah, I mean, how far are you wanting to look?
I'm doing a variety of long range scans just to see if there's anything else out there.
Anything else out here? Yeah. I mean, you can scan for days, brother, and you'll never find anything.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you asking. Yeah, it's just a lot of nothing. Whole lot of empty space. Millions and millions of miles of it.
So we do have to tighten this security down though before we can bring any of the other fleet in.
Right.
And we're going to have to figure out a way to get them to get here without pulling everybody else and their brother in with them.
Yeah. Well, the proactive recycling group, they were on Thebes, which is a 2-sector jump. Not too, it's not too far. It's one jump for the Dragnart. Dragnart can actually jump 3. You can make that in one hop to go to Thebes. If you wanted to talk to them, because that's what they do. Is that's their job, is they recycle things like this. They are now in your employ. Do you want to do that? Do you trust them to do that? Do you it's a big job, is what I'm saying. It's a space station.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
big neon sign. Stop at Hashna's.
Yes.
We do
Yeah.
have shag carpet on the ship. That is true.
Who do we have? It was Captain Cloth.
Yeah.
And then we had Captain Imsk,
Yep.
who was Varger. And I believe, what was our deal with them?
You were going to do a straight cut with them, on like stuff that they acquired.
60-40, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, sounded right with me.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, at the point of a missile, but yeah.
Hey, it was more than they got.
Allow me. Perhaps I can make a mental suggestion that 50-50 deals. It's more in favor.
Oh, well, no, we were getting 60. They were getting 40.
Oh, then yes.
Yeah, we're in favor.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was about right. I mean, is that something you want to do? Do you want to jump out to Thebes and say, "Hey, we got this out there"? Do you trust them to do that?
I don't trust them, but I think that we can get them to. Can we send them some coordinates to go to? Like one sector away, and then send them coordinates to come here, like so they're not coming directly here. So they have to do jumps.
They still know where they're jumping to. They still have to know. They have to plot in where they're going to. They'll know.
If you really want it, the only way you're going to be able to do this is have someone go get them, pilot the ship for them, and not let them see any of the information, and then scrub the hard drive.
Yeah, I mean,
And shoot them.
Yeah, and then shoot them. Or you can hit them with the bat gas and blindfold them. Put them in the back of the Batmobile.
Or we can have teledrifts just wipe their minds.
That's true too. You can do that.
I'm pretty wiped from.
Yeah, you're going to be sleeping for about 3 or 4 days trying to replenish your sight on that.
Oh, you'll feel fine by the time they get here. It'll be okay.
Yeah, days, weeks.
Yeah, he'll be fine. In like 2 or 3 days, he'll be fine. He'll have healed up enough, but on a sonic reservoir.
Yeah, we'll just have them bucket. We'll just have them come here.
I mean, you gotta trust somebody, right?
No, I don't, but I can always kill them, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
Oh wow!
Maddie, remember the person you're actually trusting is the GM.
Right, that's right.
Hey, I gave you the out. I did give you the out.
There's always a catch, Matthew.
Damn.
This is, you have ulterior motives. Just because we don't know what they are, but they're there.
He's trying to build his viewership up.
There you go.
Exactly. Exactly.
There you go.
That sounds fair. I'm like, and how can I liven this up? Oh yes, new crew. That's all I'll do it. That sounds fair. So is that what we're doing? I mean,
Yeah, we'll get a hold of. I can't remember which one we dealt with. I think it was Claw. I mean, we dealt with them both, but
yeah. So see, as you're looking, I mean, this is how far you are from Drinax. If you look, if you're above Ace, kind of in the middle of the screen now, you have to go all the way down towards, Asim, Drinax. Drinax is way down there on almost the bottom right.
By the H
on the screen, by the H, by the big H, but yeah, it's a long way.
Can the thing ever be towed, Matt?
I mean, it could. Yeah, you would have to bring a whole lot of tugs and work out how to jump and do that. And again, I hate to keep using them, but if anybody could figure out how to do that, it would be these guys. The
salvage team.
The salvage team, yeah.
Or someone who's been working for a gas bag for 20 years, developing jump engines.
Yeah, we know how that went last time. We're not doing that. We're not.
No, that wasn't my fault.
It wasn't your fault.
I wasn't on that ship.
You weren't on the ship at the time.
Yeah.
That was so frightening. I was like, oh my God, where are we gonna go? I have no idea. Just spin the wheel.
It would have been the ending of your other campaign, remember?
It would have been. It would have been an amazing ending. Misjumps are always great endings. And no one ever heard from them ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's test their loyalty. Let's send out a message to Cloth and Imsk and have them tell them we have a job to meet us at this location.
Got it. So are you leaving anybody on the station?
We're not leaving.
Oh, who are you sending out? You got to send somebody.
Shit.
You can't be, in two places at once.
Yeah.
Send James out.
He's not here. That's right.
Oh, God, I'm killing. Let's talk about misjump. That's not a misjump. Oh, sorry, James.
Actually, if he has a misjump, no one's ever going to find us. We're never going anywhere.
Exactly. You're stuck out here, Gilligan Space Station.
Well, so we've got what? So we have to wait till the Dragnar's partially repaired.
At
right?
least a week. At least
a week before we can go out. Anybody who's not working on the station is welcome to go.
As far as I'm concerned, as far as I see, you only got like one pilot.
Yeah. So I'll go, I guess.
You're going. Ev's going. Ev's got to go.
Yeah.
Sure do. I'm the pilot.
Yay. I guess we're going to do a show of hands. I mean, Cat Killer Steve's like, he thinks he's like, he wants to be with you, but if you want him to guard the station, he'll guard the station.
I need him to guard the station.
He's like, all right, boss. I understand.
Leave our faithful NPCs to guard the station because we need basically everyone here.
So James and Cat Killer Steve is going to stay on the station.
Yeah.
And that's actually not a bad idea because they're both good turret operators, and there are 10 turrets on the station, so they can hop from one turret to the other, or at least link them all up or something.
Well, I mean, we have a whole Excel sheet of NPCs if I need to get it out.
Yeah, but we only have like 6 or 8 of them on the Dragon. We can only have like another 6 or 8.
Yeah, I think we've got 8 boarding crew on the Dragon.
Yeah, which
I'm sorry, we have 7. We lost Fat Florian.
Yeah, lost Fat Florian. Yeah, he was one of the border crew.
So
for Florian. Nice. So we're done.
It feels awful.
So are we taking the borders off then and letting them stay on the station then? It's like, shore leave on an abandoned space station. There you go. Enjoy.
I would recommend having at least 2 or 3 of them with us and leave the rest behind.
Have like 2,000-year-old MREs on the station. They're so good.
Yeah.
Hey, we found those.
All hesitant.
We found those in James' game.
I'm still a big fan of the crackers and peanut butter.
I like the canned cheese. The canned cheese.
We've got a couple, like jugs of pickled bologna and some saltine crackers. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
Are we laying out a feast?
Yeah. He's like, if I just had some lettuce.
I was good with what she said before. That sounds like a blessing from heaven.
Exactly.
To my planet.
You're like, you're looking at a table that's more than your entire village eats in like a week. You're like, oh my God.
We're on the 400-calorie intake line.
Exactly. Small handful of rice.
Uncooked.
Nice. So yeah, so Ev's going, Betty's going, Hashna's going, Roz is going. Rick, are you going or are you staying? Well, we need an engineer.
So I'm going. That's what I'm saying. Everybody but the NPCs and James. But I would recommend keeping 2 or 3 of the boarding crew with us, just in case we have an encounter.
Got it. Yeah, I think Cat Killer should be in charge of the people on the station.
Yeah.
Do you have names of your other people there, Hashna?
Yeah, I can go get my flash drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
But or you just give me the names of like 2 new people that just got promoted.
Sure.
Just give me some names. That's fine.
Right. Chad.
Chad. He sounds like a dude.
Skull.
Chad, the dude.
Miriam.
Is there a firm?
And Miriam.
Chad. Miriam.
And Miriam.
That was an amazing distraction. And that's just how oddball your character is too. You're just like, shake my ass at it. I don't know. Do something. Oh, it was epic. That was it. The whole tactic hinged on the skull working.
Had to be.
Because if I got in her mind, they could have veered off. Yeah, if I got in her head to realize what was happening, they could have rolled to avoid to get out of the area. But yeah, so that was the whole plan hinged on the skull.
You did good, Ma. You did good.
Thanks, Mom. So yeah, so we're are we doing a straight jump? We're not stopping at like number 1. We're going straight to Thebes.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll jump straight to Thebes. So yeah, let's do the astrogation roll and all that fun jump stuff. Who's doing our astrogation? Ev, are you the astrogator as well, aren't you?
I believe so. Not my best, but not my worst. I have a 1.
What's your level in it?
1.
Okay.
One to do. Using your intellect bonus as well.
Yes, which helps a little bit. So
And
I rolled 2 die.
Yeah.
And I get a 5 and a 4.
Nice. So that's not and all right. So that's enough. You definitely got to plot it. It is also easier because you've been there before. And your computer remembers. Oh yeah, it's back this way.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you got that plotted back in. It's not the exact route that you're taking; it's more a direct route, but it knows, where astronomically it is, star chart wise. So yeah, so that thing got the course plotted. Exactly. Rick, goose the jump drive, get the jump engines going, supply power to the jump.
Good roll. 14.
14, excellent. That's actually going to give you a +2, Ev, on your piloting roll to point the ship and jump.
Okay. Hang on to your butts. We're going to go. I'm pretty confident it's going to be a successful jump. Let's see.
So good. With a +2 coming in on your piloting and your decks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got a 3 and a 3 this time.
A 6 +2 is still an 8 already. Yeah.
Right.
Without your bonus, whatever bonuses you got. So yeah, excellent. So yeah, your jump, you're on the way. You got about a week in space. Anything you guys want to discuss before you get to Thebes? Thank you. I was blanking out on the name of the place. For anything you want to discuss, how you want to negotiate with them, anything like that. What do you want to? How you want to approach this with them?
Can I ask the professor to teach me a little bit more about better guns, a better weapon class, like the guns that they're using? Like I've got a slug thrower from like 1950.
I'm a law professor and a language professor. I'm probably the worst person to ask about that.
Which is why I'm coming to you, because you're the smart. You're smart.
Right.
Okay. At least you can. I know nothing about them, and I just wanted.
Didn't you nearly shoot off your foot the last time you tried to draw a gun, Professor?
Yeah.
So on the range, we could do. If you don't mind, if you have
some target practice. Yeah, you can do some target practice. Yeah.
Wear a helmet. Wear a helmet, though. It's really important to wear.
I will approach Captain Hush now, and I'm like,
Booty bag.
That's right.
that instance, before we blew them up to Kingdom Come, really opened my eyes to how much you need further training, at least to be able to shield your mind.
Yeah,
Come,
I can't do
come
that
to my
at all.
Yeah, come to my quarters at least for an hour so I can help you develop your abilities so you
You're not
can
falling for
protect
that.
yourself.
That's what I'm
Wow,
talking
that's
about.
some
You're not falling for
efficient-
that. I had a guy try that on me once. Don't do that.
Like there's two sides warring, like, yeah, I need to do that. And then fuck, he's gonna fuck with my mind again.
Exactly. It is you trust you. Yeah, so you're going to teach her how to use telepathy a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
So we can do that. We're kind of fast and loose about how I'm spending XP out anyway, because normally in Traveler there is no XP. Yeah, we can spend about a week in space to give her like the basics of how to put up a block. So I don't see any reason why, like, not this session, but maybe the next session, you could have a telepathy 0, Betty. So skill level 0. You're not like, launching your mind halfway across the globe, but at least you can throw up a wall if somebody is trying to get in your head.
Right. So I can do a psychic cat killer move instead of a physical cat killer move.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dope.
That's good. Yeah, you can't launch an attack, but you can at least put up a wall. Yeah,
I-
there are a lot of different subsets that you can do in telepathy as you learn them. But right now, he's got you like the basics of how to defend. Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, at the same time, could we exchange knowledge?
I was getting ready to say, I would absolutely love you to teach you. What would you like?
Psychometabolic stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I can either teach you enhanced endurance, some fortitude. I can teach you how to regenerate.
That could be handy.
I find myself being hit a lot more than I expected. That would be wonderful.
Got it. So yeah, you're having that free exchange of ideas, which is great. It's opening up a new relationship with you, and you're not. It's so weird. It's not quite a Stockholm syndrome, but it's something else. It's like, you're accepting your keeper.
So, Professor Arthur, how are you feeling about all these telepaths talking about psionics and doing things to people's minds?
As a member of the Imperium, yeah.
It's the same sort of ethical reasoning or gymnastics I've done to justify me being on a pirate ship at this point. I'm okay with it now. I'm okay, I guess.
We have to remember what planet I come from.
Yeah, so
Capital.
He's come from Capital. Yeah, it's as Imperium gets.
Yeah, but
like,
I still won't be seen in Imperial public with these people. I just want to make that really clear.
Oh,
Yeah,
that would be so awkward.
If
you're like at a ball or something, and then like he's like just stops looking at you, and you're like, whoa, wow, just like that. Just like that, huh?
I'll fix that real quick.
That scene from Downton Abbey all over again.
Exactly. Like you just forget your name at a function. Wow, that's hard. But pinky out for a second. I mean, honestly, for all intents and purposes, your part in this is done. You've uncovered the treasure of Sindal. You can write a book on this.
It's really what I figure I'd be doing at this point. So
it's writing a book,
in addition to the gun training, which is clearly important. Again, wear a helmet. You might want to bring in some shoulder pads too, and probably some body armor. But the skull would help.
I mean, you got years worth of information on that station that you can still glean and go through. About like the admiral's military campaigns, and like you might even find his memoirs. Publishing those. Good God, you're made, dude. It's like somebody found George Washington's journal.
Do you do you tutor, Professor? I feel a little backwards sometimes when people say things like mental gymnastics. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Can I be around him for a long period of time? I know he's a little more irradiated than we are.
My skin is hot to the touch, but that's just my organs.
Okay, great. Let's do it. Yeah.
That's more comforting. Cool. All right. You're
Like I can,
It's
just by
hot to
putting it
touch.
into my arm for about 20 seconds, I'm like that kind of level of heat.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
the people on your village are used to radiation. They probably do fine on the station.
Ooh, there's a job opportunity right there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There is.
Ooh.
So do you have a hydroponics lab? Is that what
You can take a cargo bay and turn it into one.
I was gonna say
Exactly.
we could probably make one. I don't know. I'm not the
Nice.
scientist, but
Yeah, that's a good idea. You have a crew, basically good crew. I'm sure there'll be a nicer place than where they live.
we need a theater? We need an amphitheater. That's first. That's the most important thing.
Pretty affirmative dance.
So
I'm
everybody that
pretty-
arrives gets there.
I'm pretty sure.
Just
we
like
can
on
find
Flotsam
room.
Paradise, everyone's dancing as you walk in. I want that. Like, if that's okay for a scene.
You can
could do
tap
that.
dance on the missiles.
I'm seeing Argus have that unhealthy pallor to his skin, kind of like a young Edward James Olmos, kind of like, you know, but paler. You know? Salad.
No, this sounds great. Bring the people.
So we're going to have. I think indentured servitude is a strong term.
No. We totally pay them.
How many people are in your village?
A
Even the food.
little under 100.
I think that's more like 400, wasn't it? Was it
400?
400 in the area. There was 100
Yeah.
in the little town.
Well, we're going to need logistics set up to transport them, make sure there's food there, equipment to get their aquaponics bay up, and all the other things.
I mean, yeah, you can hire a sub D to do that. Yeah.
And the Beltalotas were born. Here we go. I can see it already. Beltalota.
Nice. Beltalota.
He's
Nice.
going to stick us in the middle of nowhere and then, we'll feed him air and water. Oh, good. Awesome.
Captain, as your counsel, I draw the line at writing up employment contracts that result in indentured servitude.
No.
That's my
We
ethical
don't
line.
use
Right
that
there.
word.
Okay.
That's a bad term.
That's my ethical line.
So you're okay with launching nuclear missiles at people?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the safety of the Imperium.
they started it. Let's be honest. They started it.
It was self-defense.
Don't make none. Won't be none.
I'm giving them an opportunity to better themselves. That's all.
Relocation
No, I mean,
to the off-world colonies.
Yeah.
Relocation. to the
Captain
off-world-
Asim, as I said, you have a fleet now. You have a base for an empire. You know,
So you guys are discussing all this, and we're
We are
actually going. You're the hyperdrive engine. The jump drive engines are signaling that you're entering Thebes. So everybody strap in, and kind of stuff. Get ready because you're going to enter real space again. So everybody gets geared up. What do you do on the ship, Argus, other than make mean salads? You're like steward, I guess.
Well,
He's the
yeah,
morale officer.
I have a jack of all trades skill of 0. So
Yeah.
I'm really good at getting around.
Yeah,
I think he'd
I'm
be
a
the
broker.
entertainment director.
yeah. It's like you're like Isaac. You're just. He's like in 5 different areas on the ship at once, kind of like Isaac. He's like in 4 different lounges on the love boat. All the same.
Thank you, because at least he was getting some, love and affection occasionally, not like Gopher, who
Yeah,
just kept on.
exactly.
Yeah, thank you. So we're showing our
Exactly.
age. That's not good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's old. Okay.
I
I got brought on because I was trying to hitch a ride. The professor who doesn't want to do indentured servitude did take quite a bit of my fortune that was left. Half.
It was a chunk of change, dude. It was like 250,000 credits.
Yeah, which I'm not even sure what that means. How you trade them, I'm not sure it works. Which is why I'm hoping for some sort of tutelage. But I'm a survivor, so I have that kind of just instinct of
Fair
surviving.
trade. Fair trade.
Just like Bolivia. There we go.
Right.
Damn. So yeah, everybody strap in. So you're getting to Thebes, and remember how it's basically wrecked ships for days. It's like all around this planet, and like in other areas around this planet, like a huge fleet war was here, eons ago. and there's like just huge wrecks floating around space and debris and stuff like that. So it's fun just getting around here, at least. So you're like everything's chaotic and stuff like that. It's like flying in an asteroid field, basically. It's trying to get through this system. So yeah, let me do that for me. Hit your piloting roll to avoid the first chunk of like hull coming your way as we pop out of jump space.
I completely shotgun a cosmic brownie and so
like the whole thing. You don't break it in half. The whole thing kind of goes.
Yep.
I mean,
and shoot away, doing my thing.
We have hostess. I mean, I don't think indentured servitude in exchange for hostess, dinners, and Twinkies.
Come on, really?
Can a brother get a fruit pie? Can a brother get a fruit pie? That's what I'm asking. Some hostess fruit pie.
We got cherry and apple. All right.
Wow.
I'll have them ready in 6 weeks. No problem. We'll be up and ready and go to 6 weeks.
You know how hard it is to still find a peach one? Peach ones are impossible.
Just so we're clear, the chocolate pudding ones are mine.
Could always use a chef on board.
Oh my god, I haven't seen a chocolate pudding one in forever.
All right, so I
roll. Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking we could do the chicken masala for Red Dwarf, but
nice.
Oh. You got a 3 and a 4.
So that's a 7 plus your dex plus your piloting.
8.
8. So that's not bad. Yeah, I mean it's successful. So yeah, there's a huge chunk of debris, and you're just like kind of deal like that, just peeling past. Everybody can see, here lies the Emerald Morales, this Starliner, as it's going by.
Man, I hate it when my work makes me work. This is a lot of dodge. This is a lot of garbage to dodge, Captain.
Sorry.
Maybe there's some, I don't know. Maybe there's some food.
So you're so what are we doing? Are we going to try to contact them? How are we doing this?
Yeah. I assume we have. I think that was all part of like our deal. Is we need.
So you need somebody get on the comms and like, hey, guys, where you at? Kind of deal.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Rick, can I ask you a question real quick about this? If this is such a dangerous approach all the time, and we're going to be in the sector a lot, how far away would one of the nukes need to be to clear a path?
I think that would attract too much
attention.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's hard on Eve to come through here. We have to drive a lot. We're gonna be in this area a lot with the scavengers. Just blow the debris, just move it out of the way.
I think what Ev needs to do is go to the pilot's lounge and talk to the pilots and find out. Oh yeah, we don't go this way. We go over here. It's straight through. No shit.
Do they have some kind of space lane?
Yeah, there's a space lane.
Is that such a thing? I was gonna make one. Okay. Don't worry about me. I'm just.
I applaud your efficiency thinking, but yeah, damn. We're gonna vaporize this part of the solar system.
We're gonna manually override this meteor. What's that mean?
Nice. So who's on comms? Who's doing the comms? Does anybody have comms? Nobody fucking has comms.
Well, it was
computers.
Sir Alacrity who was on comms, wasn't it?
I think it was Sir Alacrity. I'll roll for him.
But he's not here. He's on the station.
Oh, that's right. He's not here. So anybody else can make a like an.
Well, if you have electronics, you have a 0 in sensors, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do it.
All right.
I was gonna say I've got.
With sensors, I could do it. But.
He can.
You can do it.
Rick can split atoms, but he can't turn on the radio.
Can't push a button.
I have a 7.
Design it.
I rolled a 7.
So it's crackly. It's really, really crackly because there is a lot of debris. It's really, really crackly, and you're hearing, like the guys from the proactive group. You're hearing like.
Can I assist Rick to adjust the dog?
You can make an electronics roll as well.
All right.
That's what you're trying to do. Yeah.
Perfect.
Add your intellect bonus.
Add my intellect. Perfect. It's a 10.
10. So yeah, you're like, oh, the antenna goes this way, and so you.
Yeah, it must have got this dislodged a bit when Ev flew us in. It must have been
It sounds like an engineer making an excuse to me. That's okay. It's a
pilots.
it's a poor workman that blames his tools. That's all I've ever heard. But
That's not. No, I'm blaming the pilot, not the tools. This is a beautiful
Hey,
hey,
I heard that. I was ignoring it the first time, but I heard that.
Can't our engineer like
Yeah.
design an easy button for the comms that we
I
can just
know,
push a
like
button?
the Staples easy button, the big
Yes,
red button.
we need an easy button.
Push to talk.
Easy.
Push
Okay.
to talk.
I turned the comms over to our captain to talk.
Nice. So you you get back in contact with them. So who are our guys again? I'm remember kind of
Koloth and Imsk.
Yeah, Amsk. So Koloth gets back with you. He goes, oh, hey, Captain Hasha, great to hear from you again. Ah, man, I didn't think you'd be back here so quick. So, what you're looking for, it must not have been that far. It's only been like about 3 weeks? 3 weeks? Yeah, been about 3 weeks.
Yeah, we need to meet. I've got
Okay.
a job. It's rather big.
We just acquired this vessel. Why don't I send you a ping? You can meet us here. It's actually kind of interesting. Might be something you'd be interested in.
I'm going to look at Teledrift. I don't even know what does. Would it be like a recon or deception to kind of tell if he's being honest or trying to hide something?
That would be deception. If you're trying to out deceive their deception, yes.
Got it.
Use your inlight bonus as well.
It's going to be an 8.
He does sound surprised to hear from you so soon.
Right.
That sounds legitimate. He's not wanting to talk about whatever he's found over the columns, but it doesn't sound like he's trying to draw you into a trap. It does seem like he has something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Send the coordinates.
All right. So the ding, and of course it's further in. You kind of have to fly through all kinds of space debris and stuff like that. But they do, like what Rick and them was saying, and was they have like a space lane that you find that some debris does get through, but you're able to avoid it much easier. They get you to there's trying to remember the 2 ships. There was 3 ships here again, right?
Yeah. We had. So Koloth had the big job, which was a scout vessel. Imsk had a salvage hauler, the Kakata.
Yeah.
I don't know. The third one was
a yacht.
Baron Karuta.
Yeah, it was a yacht. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
full-on yacht.
Yeah, a cruiser called the Lioness.
Yeah. Give me just a moment. I'm getting to those ships. So you're seeing the big job and was it the Cicada? Yeah, the Cicada.
Yep.
Yeah, the Cicada is the Vulture class salvage hauler, and it's got like a far trader kind of like in its claws, the big giant claws that are sticking out of the front of the far trader.
Far trader.
A far trader is not a far trader, a free trader. It is the wedge type ship, kind of like over here beside me over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's fairly small. It's like half the size of your ship, about a quarter the size of this ship, of the ship that's got a hold of it. It's a wedge type ship. It's not very big. It's made to hold like maybe 5 people, 6 or 7 if they're really comfortable with each other, like sleeping in the same bed. But it's not a big ship at all. It's meant to. It's a small vessel. It has most of what available space it does have is set up for cargo kind of deal. It's made to do short runs. That's basically what it is. It's made to do short jumps. And not a lot of stuff, but vital stuff usually is what they're hired out to do because they don't have much cargo space. So they're like, yeah, this. When you come up to them, they're like, yeah. So this ship I don't think his ship really meant to be in this area.
Where's it coming from?
He's talking, well, he just jumped in from way, way out in the 100D marquee point. And way, way out. Like, usually you try to jump right on the 100 demarcation point and fly into most places so that you don't, pull the atmospheres off planets or stuff like that. But this one was way, way out. And when we went to go investigate it and see what's going on, it turned. I mean, it turned away. Like, we didn't, we were going to talk to him first, but it turned. And then as it turned, like, there was this giant, like, section of the hull just kind of creased, and we could see, like, air hissing out.
What?
And, like air hissing out, like, like atmosphere hissing out.
So they were badly damaged, and okay.
Yeah, so something happened really bad, and then we've been trying to contact the people. We assume that there's people on the ship, but nobody's been answering back to us.
Is the ship radiated?
Is the ship radiated? We're not. I mean, other than like the jump drive that's just recently powered down. No.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Perhaps the crew aboard isn't the original crew. From the sounds of it.
Yeah, we can't raise anybody on the comms. We were about to board it when you guys, pinged us.
Tell Jeff, do you pick up anybody on board?
I can certainly try.
Send your sonic thought waves out. Do me a telepathy with your sonics bonus.
All right, I rolled a 10.
10. So there is somebody there.
Do I detect?
But they're unconscious. Yeah, you detect one consciousness, but it's unconscious.
Gotcha.
You detect one mind.
Well, Captain, there seems to be only one person aboard, and they're not conscious.
Wait, a ship like that has a lot more crew. They're probably all dead, but
I would say that's a safe assumption.
All right. Did we bring? I'm sorry. Which one of our board? Oh, that's right. We brought Chad and Miriam with us.
Yeah, I mean, minimum crew. Honestly, most of these free traders, they do operate with like a crew of about 3 or 4. So, but you do need at least 3. You need a pilot, you need an engineer, and you need somebody to kind of just run the other stuff on the ship. You need at least 3 people, sensor operator or something like that.
Right.
So I mean, maybe 2 could do it, but there's no way like one person could run back to the engineering room, turn on the jump drive, run up to the bridge, turn on the.
So where did they come in from?
They were like the 100D marquee point. Let me get my map back out. And let him roll his astrogation roll, see if he has an idea.
If there's only one person aboard, there's probably the likeliness of a robotic assistance.
Unless the other people are dead.
That too.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't pick them up if they're dead.
You can't speak to ghosts?
And I can't speak to robots either.
I don't have
we need
any.
to upgrade our psychic,
I don't have any points in speak to ghost.
No. He says the coordinates it could have come from like Agma or Marduk. Could have come from one of those 2 planets, those 2 systems. Didn't come from like your area.
Captain and Sim, do you want their boarding crew to go on board? Or do you want our boarding crew to go?
Yeah, let their boarding crew go on board.
So they're going to. I mean, that's what they do. So they were just gearing up to go in, and so basically, like the giant vulture type claws of the ship draw it in, like the bottom beak comes up and it basically pulls it into like its beak, which is the cargo ramp kind of deal, and latches in. and like this huge like bubble, kind of almost like an inflatable raft, kind of seals around the gaps of the ship. It's really like anime looking, you know, as it seals all around. So they're basically like drawing it in sideways, and they're going to go into like the hatch from their cargo bay. They're pulling it into their cargo bay, and then they're just going to go into like the starboard hatch on the free trader. And
excuse me, Teledrift, you want to scan the boarding crew to make sure they're seeing what they're really telling us?
I could see what their surface thoughts are.
You can do that, or you can patch into the comms on like the cameras on their helmets. You can do that.
Just ask.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Save the psionic in case we need it.
Yeah.
That's a smarter decision.
Yeah, let's do the high tech approach rather than the mental strain.
Who's best in sensors or comms?
Yes, we need a sensors role in this one because you're basically tapping into their sensors.
Sure. And I rolled a 13.
Hot dog.
Nice.
So yeah, so like, so it's weird because it's kind of like you're seeing their heads up display on their screen, and you're like, oh, that's inverted. That really needs to be. Do you want to? You're like, do I want to turn that? You know, the x-axis is wrong.
Is it only me seeing it, or is it everybody else?
Everybody sees it. Everybody sees it, but it's like these guys are operating on it wrong, and you're like, you really, really want to flip it, but you're like, you don't know.
Let me see if I can adjust this so it makes less of a headache for anybody observing.
So like everybody. So the crew kind of stop and they're like, "Whoa, hey, wait, what's going on?" And they're like, "Oh man, that makes sense. Oh wow."
So it's no longer like Blair Witch Project for all the camera going back and forth.
Exactly.
Does anybody have any Dramamine? I'm like,
so they're going through the area, and they're like. They got like a densometer out. Basically, it's like the alien version thing that senses the micro movements in the air. Micromolecule changes in the air. So they're scanning out. They're like, we do have movement. We do have movement. And it's like and they're like looking at the hatchway. And they're like, there's something just on the other side of this hatch. And there's no lights on here. The ship's powered down. So he's like manually opening the hatch, and
is there life support on this ship?
There is none on.
Okay.
Yeah, there is none on. The power's completely the air's completely out. Whatever's in the ship has vented out, and the life support's not making any more atmosphere.
There shouldn't be any
We're doing life force
movement.
Okay.
Yeah. So the door opens up, and you guys watch Venture Brothers?
Yeah.
So like Helper is basically coming through the door with his arms flailing and like the little beak kind of thing going, and they're like, shoot it down. You're seeing like all kinds of gunshots and stuff erupt all over this robot as it's trying to get through the door. And it just like blasted into pieces. Like, clear.
Put my hand in my face. I'm like, idiots. Gotten good data from that.
They're like, oh, it's head still over here. The hard drive's in the head, right? but yeah, that's what we do. We'll put it back together. It's fine.
Hashna, did you let them know that there's an unconscious person over there?
no.
Nope. So they're moving on ahead, and there are like two crewmen floating around, like in basically like the hallway. There's like a hallway where like the crew quarters are on either side. There's like two doors for on each side for crew quarters, and there's like two bodies like floating in like 0G, in like grab suits. And they're looking at them. They're like, the helmet's caved in on one, and like half the side is ripped out on the other guy. And they're like, it's two men. They're like, well, these guys are gone. Unfortunate. And but they're moving on up towards like the bridge, where the bridge would be, and they're getting ready to open up the door, and they're like, do you sense anything? You sense anything on the dysometer? And they're like, something, something's moving, but it's real slow. So they're like, okay, so they open up the doors on the to the bridge, and there's a floating zero G suit in there, a person in a zero G suit floating around. There is what looks like to be a very attractive young black woman in the zero G suit, just floating around, her eyes closed. And they're looking at the back suit, and they're like, the reading says she's alive.
Well,
Alright.
we need to get her,
detected.
get her in and get her to med bay, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Well, search her before you bring her aboard.
yeah, they're like, yeah, she's got a snub pistol. Who carries a snub pistol anymore? But they take that away from her, and like two of the people start walking her back, and they're like looking around the bridge and like checking everything. Everybody give me an electronics roll as you're seeing what they're seeing on the bridge.
11.
11?
I got a 7.
8.
Got it.
Doing a
4.
which is 5. Yeah.
I think the 11 was the highest one.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. So the free trader is basically, like the Volkswagen of the spaceships. It's pretty standard. It's pretty efficient economy size kind of starship, as you will. And they're all the same. They're all exactly the same.
The engine's in the back.
Yeah, the engine's in the back. Bridges in the front. It's a wedge. It's a giant wedge ship. The sensor pod and everything is actually like, if you're looking at that gray tip is like the sensor pod. But yeah, you're seeing like a really standard, console, kind of like if you climbed into a car, the standard display. You're like, okay, speedometer, gas indicators, and all that stuff. That's all there. What gear I'm in. But there's this light, like really obvious light sensor that's set on the console that has no business being there. It's not labeled. It's just like literally like stuck on the console. It's not on. There's no power to the ship, but it's just like stuck on the console, and you're just like, what the hell is that? It's like an indicator light. It turns on and it turns off.
I asked one of the crew member on board to get a closer look at it.
So yeah, you're looking, and he does that, and he zeroes in, and yeah, it's it's like again, it's like a little lamp, like indicator light, that it would flash on if it's like wanting to get your attention. That's something, whatever it's designed to be on for, it would flash, but you have no idea what it's for.
Captain, I think if you want to find out what it is, we'll probably have to go on board ourselves.
All right. Can you have them take a look under the console before they leave?
Got it. Yeah, they can do that. And you look around, and there is like an extra like wire that's coming out from underneath the console, and it's like running under the decking of the ship. Maybe an engineering role again as you're looking at the ship again, Rick.
Ah, good. 14.
Good. So yeah, if you're looking at the rent again in the side of the ship, and you're kind of asking everybody else again, it's odd where this rent in the hull is. That's like where the hydrogen tanks would be. That's it should have been like spilling out hydrogen, not atmosphere.
Huh. Weird.
That
accident or deliberate mislabeling?
Yeah. And this is a basic model. Like we can't tell if it's been reimagined on the inside.
Well, and that's the thing is like, these things are standard as standard could be. And like Rick can say, that's where the gas tank should be. Where that hole is. If it's a standard VW, that's where the gas tank should be.
And yet it's not.
Yeah. The guys will show you back the tape of where they encountered it. It was clearly leaking out, spewing oxygen atmosphere out into space when it was trying to turn around.
Can they does their boarding crew have the equipment to download the information off their nav system?
And so they one of the guys comes up with like a 0G suit and rips out the hard drive. Got it. He just rips it right out of the console. They're junkers. What are you gonna do? That's what they do. Junk it.
Got it.
Wow. Junk it.
Junk it.
Pop it. Twist it.
Exactly.
Really
See, I would-
rethinking letting them go back.
Do we load one of those missiles on the ship? Did we do that? Nice.
So what would it imply that there's oxygen in a gas tank? What does that mean to us? I mean, is it, would they needed more oxygen than it is going further than they thought, and they had less fuel? But that makes no sense, right?
It would be a really, really good deception roll. Maybe. I'm trying to think what else it would be. Honestly,
Can you bring the corpses aboard so I can examine them?
yeah. A good deception roll might kind of unveil what it was. It would be a really awesome advocate role, maybe even from the professor.
Deception, I've got.
Okay.
I
Yeah, I have
can
this
definitely
stuff
perform
in
an autopsy to see the cause of
Yeah.
death.
Yeah, they're
I
dead.
mean, I want to know if they were already dead when they were put aboard.
I got a 10 on deception.
10 on deception. That kind of works for you. How are we doing on the other deceptions or
Oh, hold on.
advocates? Yeah.
You take advocate is what you're
12.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you why, and it's going to be stupid, but it's going to work.
12
Right.
on deception for Argus, if he understands the tech.
Yeah.
7
This
on that.
would okay. 7 on advocate. So you watched enough. You're not a lawyer. You've been to you've done free law, but you've watched enough like court TV.
I
and
saw this
enough,
episode of Judge Judy.
yeah, enough of that, and like the and some other shows, and it really does work along with Raz's 12 because you're kind of you're scavenger type, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and it works along with what Rick's design, know the design of the ship. So, people like trying to smuggle items comes up with ingenious ways to smuggle items. Making a chamber inside like the hydrogen tank, it's probably not outside the realm. Kind of like making, like how they would put like the dope inside the gas tank of a truck.
Okay.
Yeah. Build like an airtight chamber inside the gas tank. So why would anybody look in the gas tank? That kind of a deal. Of course, border guards know exactly to go look for it because they've encountered it before. But it is,
No.
yeah. And it would, exactly. So that's the only thing that makes sense because it would have had its own air, in there, whatever air was in there, and that would have spewed out.
So when I was in prison, I did a little time, Captain. We had somebody.
I
who
don't
was-
think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Like we've all done
Thank
time.
you.
It's okay.
Hey, you're not special. We all did time.
Hey, speak for yourself. Well, actually, I did do time. Never mind.
It's like
It's been a long time ago.
Yeah,
Right.
I think the professor is the only one who hasn't done
Hasn't.
time.
he's looking hard.
Yeah.
He's looking at it.
I mean, we can lock you up in the brig if that makes you feel better.
No,
Like,
but
would you
when
like that
when we did,
experience?
we used to need to get there was this the candies and things, and the guy when he used to bring them in, he couldn't breathe too well either. So I'm wondering if it's in that tank because they used to. It's just this whole and he would be like until they came out, so there'd be less air. So maybe there's less. That's why there's less fuels, because somebody pushed something into his tank and it's smuggled. Like the
Man,
I
prison's
do- I
weird
do-
on other
I remember
planets.
seeing that on Space Law and Order once. Yeah.
Well, I know you're a lawyer because you stayed at a
It was
Motel
Law
8.
and Imperium.
Are you sure you went to prison and not just a drunk tank?
They said it was prison. I mean, they were all dressed very scantily, but they said it was prison. I don't know. I mean, they had short shorts on. They had this guard uniform kind of thing. But
There was this giant cake.
there was cake.
I'm not sure what it was for.
But I was there for 4 years. It was tough.
They said they kept something in their prison pocket, but I don't think that was what they were talking
That's
about.
what they were talking about. So yeah, I was on a weird world planet prison world. So for a couple years, the 6.
Prison's weird wherever you come from. My experience was much different, but then again, I killed someone, so maybe you were minimum security.
I was
So-
jaywalking.
He was Joe.
Ah.
That's what James did.
That's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, you and James, you have something in common. You and Sir Alacrity have something in common.
Yeah.
Jailed for jaywalking.
So let me tell you about Ab's jail time, Raz. So where they're at, where they are all hailing from, basically actually their patron, the King Olaf of Drinax. It's a waste world, wreck.
What is
world,
it with
like
you?
Fallout? Yeah.
Nobody has a normal world.
Nobody has a nice world, but there is this huge shining floating city.
We have the
Just
king
like-
of the trailer parks.
Yeah, this giant floating city that flies like about 2 miles over the surface of the planet.
Flying
Think
train.
of like Flash Gordon and like the Hawk people,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the king, he has like a grab belt that he flies around with like his Hawk guard. It's straight up like that. But yeah, she was imprisoned on the underside of the city, like the grab lifters that keep it from falling down. It's kind of like the area of Game of Thrones, but if you were sucked up against the bottom of the ship of the station with like a constant 4 to 6 G's racking your body the entire time.
You're very buff. Very buff.
She is. She's tough as hell. She is.
Yeah, she would have to be.
That's why she can bench 350 now.
She can. She was keeping it with Cat Killer all the time. She's like, ching, ching.
No, little Cleo.
And little Cleo. Yeah, little Cleo.
Awesome.
So yeah, that was her.
Ev, I think you're muted if you're
Her
saying
prison.
something.
Little Cleo was my lifting buddy. I was
That's
trying
right.
to be friends with her.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'll win her over someday.
Tough and buff. So yeah. So what do we want to do? Do we want to go check out the ship ourselves? Do we want to have the proactive guys check it out, or what are we doing?
I want to.
I want him to bring the bodies aboard, and I want to examine the bodies.
Ooh, okay.
And then before we go, well, I mean, if you guys want to go ahead and check out the ship.
You're the captain. You tell them what to do.
I hate being captain.
Hey, you're lucky that we actually listened to you, unlike most role playing.
I know. Like, I fucking hate being captain. Who wants to be in charge?
This is bullshit.
Orders,
It's
Captain.
bullshit.
Orders, Captain. Can't you figure this out for yourselves? Well, no, because you're captain, and this is your job. My God. Yeah, I get it.
I'll vac suit over to the other ship.
I'll go over
Nice.
there also.
I was gonna say, yeah, Rick, go over there and
And that makes sense because Rick knows
I
what
speak
to
their
open
language.
up. You
Take
speak their
Marion
language.
with you.
You're a
Yeah, speak their
scavenger.
scavenger language. Yeah.
Exactly. You know where to look, and Rick knows how to open it up. So that's a really good idea. So you
Okay.
basically wheel over there with like a portable arc welder or something like that, or a fusion cutter, and start figuring out places where it could be. So yeah, so that's all being done. They're bringing the other guys are bringing like the 2 bodies and like the 1 unconscious female to you. Two dead dudes and 1 unconscious female. So they're bringing them to you. They're basically coming in like through your cargo bay kind of area, and they're like, "Oh wow, this is nice. This is all like clean."
don't touch anything.
They're all like all smudged up and grease padded and stuff. Like, it's like this 0G's been like drugged through. They're their shield G suits or back suits have been
Hey,
dragged through the bottom of like an oil change place.
Captain, I suggest you have an open ranks inspection for the other crews to get
Okay.
up to quality levels.
Chad, check them out.
Chad's like, Chad has fantastic hair, but he's still a douche. He's
So,
he's just
wait,
sometimes
is Chad who Sheila left Fat Florian for? No, that's what I
Yeah,
was
he's just a giant douche. What the guy with the fantastic hair on Stranger Things? What's his name? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, fucking.
The babysitter,
Mhm. God,
Yeah.
fantastic hair.
Josh Harrington or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, it's basically him, just a douche. but yeah, great hair. even in the helmet, it's like Steve. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. So that's him. So he's out there with the other with the others, and yeah, they're watching them the entire time. And they bring in the bodies, and they're like, "So we just leave them here then?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and you can go back on the ship and you can search it.
Actually,
All right.
Could you
Yeah.
move up to the med bay so I can get to work?
And Steve's like, I got that. Steve's like, I can do that. We're going to let them go on and go. They're making smudge marks on the floor.
Captain and Sim,
Yeah.
I would recommend that we have our boarding crew guarding the 2 dead bodies, and also one with you while you're examining the patient.
But we've got Chad with us.
So cautious.
And then I think we only had Chad and Miriam, and I think Miriam was on the other ship with you and who else went over? Was it Argus?
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Matt,
cautious.
I've seen the movie Life Force. Okay.
I know. Well, she's fully clothed. Yeah. And her body's not that banging. But
The New York 7.
that was an amazing movie for a 14-year-old boy to watch. I'm telling you, Jesus.
Maybe she has a
Oh,
lovely personality. We won't know
she could.
until we wake her up. Tony, can you wake her up?
I'm just saying she's wearing her back suit. It's hard to tell, but yeah, come on. But so you could possibly wake her up. Yeah, you could tell.
No, let's check her over before we wake her up.
Yeah. All right.
And I'll take that snub pistol away.
Oh yeah. So
put it in the locker.
okay. Oh, I mean, one of the proactive guys, they had it, but they'll hand it over to you. Yeah, it's like a snub pistol. Yeah, it's not been fired. Like 6 rounds are still in the chamber. So yeah, trying to get my screen to cooperate with me to give you a picture of her, but it's not doing it. But anyway, what do we want to do first? Do we want to check her over? Maybe try to wake her up, or do we want to investigate the ship first? Which one?
Well, if you don't have her picture yet, you can do this. I mean, it's up to you guys. If you want
Yeah,
to
let's
do the
do
ship first.
let's do ship.
Well, you get the-
Yeah, let's do ship. So while I'm working on that, so yeah, do me a recon, the 2 of you, while you're in the ship. Oh, sorry, I need the back suits first to make sure you guys are both snug as a bug in a rug in your back suits.
9.
9.
8.
That'll work. It's competent. You got it.
So I rolled an 8.
Got it. Oh, you're going as well. Excellent. So yeah. So you guys, that is. Oh, and your recon now. Do recon. Yeah. To kind of look things over. Use your intellect bonus on that.
11.
11. Well done. You know where to look.
Yeah.
You know you've been on these kind of ships before. You know where to look.
It's a life or death experience for him.
Exactly.
Right.
You're
I
looking
rolled
for
an
it.
8.
Huh? Roll an 8. Excellent. What about you, Ev?
Oh, I should roll for that too. Well,
You can. I mean, we've already got a really good roll, but if you got anything better, that'd be great.
Not at a 2 and a 2. I don't.
No. So you're like looking around here, and you're like, "Oh, this is all bent up over here," and you're like, Raz is like, "Yeah." You're basically pointing out to Rick, like, "Cut here."
Please,
Yeah.
yeah. Cut there.
Yeah, cut here. There's like this portion of like the bulkhead is like pressed out. From where, and this should be like the hydrogen tank. And there's like some sort of weird depression in this side of the bulkhead that doesn't look right. You know, it's like, and it's not from the wreck because it would be pushed in. You know.
Okay, right.
Yeah, this is pushed out. So he's like, cut here. You know, like this long oval kind of a pattern.
How long is the hallway where this is happening?
You're in like about, I want to say like about a 30-foot long hallway. Yeah.
And is it close to the corner at all? I mean, where we're pulling the panel?
I
I ask because if he's going to cut something and I'm not really comfortable, we don't know each other that well. I may go
Yeah.
around the corner.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
Because I have survival kind of instincts as a scavenger.
You do- you
that's
do-
probably not gonna.
You two can kind of hang out in the galley and kind of look around the corner.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Can we do any detection or sensors on what's on the other side?
you can. You want to do sensors roll?
10.
10. You are picking up. You're using like basically your densometer.
Yeah.
There is something there. There's something heavy, cylindrical object, about the size of an oil drum. That's what's showing up in your densometer.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start cutting. The
Got it.
engineering or mechanic or
Mechanic. This is turning wrenches kind of deal. Yeah.
nine.
9. All right. So yeah, you're cutting out the thing, and it's like a large compartment, and you thank good you guys are all in your zero G seats because as soon as you cut this open, like the outside on the other side of it is space. You know, so all the doors that were open in the hallway are now closed.
Without power?
Huh?
Without power?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. So anything else that was in here is now sucked out. So like, Ed was going to go grab that bag of Chigos out of the galley and just sucks right past her.
Wait, Matt, wasn't the ship already
already
depressurized
open also.
since there was a huge gas?
Yeah. No, it wasn't pressurized. It was all the pressure, all the oxygen sucked out from the rent before. Oh yeah. So what are
So depressurized ship, yeah.
It's already been depressurized. Yeah. So it wouldn't happen. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it is depressurized.
So Ev just
Right.
had a bad flashback and it didn't really
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. So it fell out. Yeah. You grabbed the bag.
There we go.
Crunchy much. But yeah. So yeah, it's a big drum. And you're looking at it, and you've seen these before. You know what these are, but it's a little different. It's a data drum. It's what it is. It's like there are some ships that are like hired out to like deliver the mail, and this is how they do it because there's no interstellar communication network or anything like that. You're like the Pony Express. You know, you're delivering messages and they download to this drum. And then they upload, to another place further down the road, further down the jump lanes, and that's how messages get sent across the galaxy is through these kind of things.
Considering it's hidden, obviously whoever
Yeah.
are sending these messages they don't want the local authorities to know.
Yeah, this is something, and then like the interface system with the drum is completely different. It's highly sophisticated. There's no like jack in ports or anything like that that you see that's visible. There's basically like a number screen and like a display for you to read what you're punching into the number screen.
So, Rick, Mr. Rick, is there some way we can dismantle this thing and bring it back safely, or is it going to destroy the data on it? I mean, the power's down anyway, right? It doesn't have its own power.
Well, no, this drum can be moved, right?
Yeah, it's basically like moving an oil drum. The 3D
pick the drum up and move it back to the ship.
Yeah.
And then we can get our best people on it, and we'll figure out what it is. Or we can wake up and interrogate the lady and see who this drum was for, or who it's going to, and find out how much we want to get involved.
Don't talk to my mother about torture because she'll get involved. She was big on torture.
She sounds great.
I gotta meet Miriam.
Over the comms, I'm like psychological or physical?
Physical. She dabbled in psychological, but physical was her specialty.
Because I keep trying to pull up the screen. That's her, basically.
Talented.
the girl on the
Okay.
yeah, the girl, the lady in the vac suit. So that's what the other three are looking at inside the ship. On the Dragnar, she's spread out on a medical bed, kind of a deal. You're checking her over with the vac suit, right?
We are going to. Why would we check her over with the
You
vaccine?
thought you said you were checking her out just to making sure there
Oh
was.
yeah. Before we, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, like seeing there. I guess if she wasn't booby trapped or anything like that. Yeah, maybe an investigation, recon, anything like that.
SS, since I'm looking over her and the other bodies.
That's an 8 on a recon.
Got it. Yeah. So you're not seeing anything. There's no like hidden weapons. You're giving her like the pat down. She doesn't have like a body pistol or anything like that on her. She did have like that one big revolver. I mean, this thing is a hoss, but it's gone now. Yeah. So she's there like in the back. So do you crack open the suit, or you're going to try to do the Professor X thing through the suit?
Crack her open.
And I think maybe now I want to do it through the suit just because you asked the question.
Look at you, paranoid people. I'm just asking.
Hey, I want to crack her open.
That's what I'm talking about. But anyway,
Wow.
So yeah, you pull off the back suit and like that afro kind of comes out just like it was in the picture after you pull off the helmet. Fantastic. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, fabulous hair.
She is gorgeous. She is absolutely gorgeous. You look at her, you're like, damn. she might be a life force alien. She might be. She's pretty hot. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, and there is like a name tag kind of a deal, like the uniform tag. Belson, Belsen. Belson is on the name tag. That's basically what you see on her. She would have had a data pad on her, Davian, if you want to kind of look at her.
Yep.
Look at that. Give me a computer's roll.
Yeah, my skill 5.
5. No, you're like it's you don't know if it's powered down or the battery's dead. You got to go plug this in. I'm
gonna try turning it off and then turning it back on again.
Yeah, and then it gives you like the low power battery reading. You're like,
We're out of the charge cords too.
You'll put it on a charger and you're just kind of having to wait.
Yeah.
So that sucks. So are we going in the brain?
I want to check out her body first.
I mean, I've been checking out her body this whole time. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty hot and kicking.
Phrasing it
Medic?
there, say.
Do you want me to do a medic roll, or do you want me to do?
I mean, you already done a recon, like giving her like the pat down kind of a deal. I mean,
yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with her.
Oh, medically, what's wrong with her? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, that would be a medic roll.
Can I assist her?
Yes, you may. You get a +1 from the computer because you're in the med bay.
I rolled 2 6s plus
Nice.
my
Scars.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that's
even
going to be
better.
a 14.
Got it. So the computer voices. You got her on the bed. And yeah, she does have the brain swelling a little bit. I guess is what they call like a hematoma, brain swelling, and she does have several internal injuries.
Okay.
Like 3 cracked ribs over here.
Do these look like they would have been done by like up close? Do they look like they would have been done in the crash, or can I tell if they were done in the crash or by somebody kicking the shit out?
Make me an intellect roll. Yeah.
Okay. Might tell Jeff to do that. 6.
6. What you got? What about so I mean you're not seeing what about you, Teldrift? Or you can ask the computer as well.
Well, I
Get a
will.
+1 from the computer as well.
+1.
Yeah, intellect, basically.
That's 11.
All right, so yeah, so you're not seeing any like defensive wounds or anything like that. Nothing like like she had her dukes up or anything like that. These look like Teldrift had some of these injuries not too long ago, getting beat around the space station. So yeah, it's not. It's much more severe. But yeah, it looks like somebody got tossed around in a spaceship really violently.
I'm like, Captain, this happened from the ship damage. Nobody forced these injuries on her.
Well, let's patch her up and wake her up.
Got it. So we patch her up. So you're getting the med bay to insert the chemicals and stuff like that to do all of its stuff in there. Fix the internal injuries, stuff like that. The little robot arms are coming out and pulling out like a drain tube, getting the blood out of the abdomen, stuff like that. The brain injury is going to make waking her up interesting. You're not sure if you're going to get the full her, if you try to go into her mind. You don't think you'll do any further damage, but you're not sure how much you'll get.
You know what? I've been surviving just fine on part of my brain and half of my memories. She'll be freaking fine. She'll be all right.
I've been living a half life for 35 years. Do it. Do it.
Do it now.
As you command. I'll place my fingers on her temples and cheek, and I'm like, my mind to your mind, my thoughts to yours.
Nice.
Let's see what you've got.
Make me a telepathy roll.
All right. Boost that up to my roll, and I have rolled a 16.
Nice.
That
16.
is amazing.
That is really good. So yeah, you reach into her mind, and there is like some fogginess in there, and you're attributing it to like the brain injury. And you're like, I hope she does wake up out of this okay. She heals okay. Good thing you got her in the med bay. It's doing the best that it can to get to reduce the swelling. Through the med bay actions, the little robot arms and stuff like that. But yeah, you're getting into her mind, and you're like basically metaphorically pulling away the gauze into her mind, and like her eyes blink open all of a sudden, and she jerks up into like a sitting position, and she screams out, "Rusty!"
Wait. I was my head was hovering over her, so she would bang into mine.
Make me a dex roll to not get hit. Yeah, wait a minute. I just need to roll that. Yeah, make me a dex roll. Make me a dex roll.
Okay.
To get hit.
So can I make a I don't even know how this reflex, since like I'm watching him do this.
I rolled an 8.
Nice. So you jerk out just the way she sits up, bolts upright on the bed bay and goes, "Rusty."
Rusty, who's Rusty?
That's where we stop.
Oh.
And so yeah, we're going to stop this one, and we will play again when we get our next scheduled time set up. I want to thank you for playing with me again, guys. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Fun
Thank
playing
you.
with you guys.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thanks. Good game.
Good game.
Thank you. We will let you go.